Yo, Demon here. So recently, as I've been getting to know more people on Twitch, and have more people raid me, raid more people, just collab with more people in general, just as I'm finding my place in the Twitch atmosphere, I've thought about how many different communities that I'm a part of, and how many communities know who I am, and how many communities I know of, and I was having a hard time kind of actually like depicting that and visualizing it because there's so many relationships between all the people that I've just met. Like, it's like a web. So we're gonna make a web today of all the Twitch, I guess, relationships that I have, and I figured this would be kind of cool because I like to talk about other people that also stream on Twitch, and I figured maybe if any of the people in this video see it, they can maybe take what I've made and expand upon it, and then maybe by the end of it, maybe like if 5 or 6 more people make their own webs, maybe we'll have just like hundreds of people in a huge graph that we can all bring together. I think that'd be really cool. And obviously, if you're watching my videos, you probably only know who I am, or if you've watched my streams, you're gonna know who the people who are closest with me. You're gonna know those people who like come in person to my streams, or that I've talked about a lot in my chat, or even mentioned on stream perhaps, or in videos. But we're gonna start off. Obviously, the center of the graph has to be me, because A, I'm awesome, and B, this is a Twitch graph depicting my relationships. So we're gonna do that. Let me just put in here Demon Master 212. Alright, this is the core of my personal little web here. Now, if you see down here, there's a key. So this like bright, like hot pink / purplish color, that's people I've collabed with, right? And there's also going to be like relationships between other people. There's going to be people that have collabed with each other. So if there's a purple line, that means people have collabed with each other. Next, there is this the blue that's kind of like bordering the whole graph. That is the like if you've talked to this person and you know who they are, but you haven't really like done anything with them. Like you've just talked to them, right? I've gotten it. You get in a call with them and you're like, hey, what's up? Or maybe you're like, oh yeah, this guy's cool. Let me send my viewers to him. And then the final one is kind of like, it almost looks like white, but it's this color up here. It's like this light, calm purple. That is like have heard of each other. So if I was to mention their names to each other, they would know who they are, even though they've done nothing with each other. They know who each other are. Really, all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put people I've really talked to. Like, there's not gonna be a lot of people that I've just heard of, because I've heard of a lot of people, and a lot of people have heard of me. I have hundreds of followers, right? And a lot of them probably stream. So really, I'm gonna just go with I'm just gonna personally go all the way to the people that I've talked to and rated. But there's gonna be people on the web that have heard of each other. So let's start off, obviously, with the people that I've collabed with. Let's start off with this line right here, who I consider one of my closest friends. His name is Drago57TV. So he is the guy that I consider one of my closest friends, if not my #1 closest friend, right? He doesn't stream too often. He streams like once a month. But I've had him on stream a few times. Talked to him on stream. There's some iconic videos on my channel of him. Another person that I was considering putting on the list, but I'm choosing not to, is Eternus48. And the reason he's not on the list is because he's not a content creator. These are content creators. Obviously, there's a lot of people that I've talked to. I'm a human being. I've talked to a lot of people, right? But I'm just gonna put people that have channels that you can like look up. So if you're curious about any of these people, you can probably look them up on Twitch or YouTube. But yes, Dragon57TV, really close friend, had him on stream a few times, made some videos with him, know him IRL, all that good stuff. And by extension, I'm going to connect to this. We're going to make a line here. This is going to be Xtraxo. Xtraxo has streamed a little bit more than Drago57. Xtraxo is also known as Chris. I obviously Jose and Chris, aka Drago and Draxo, they know each other in real life, and I also know them in real life. So let me put this here. This is 3D TV. This is the web that I will refer to as 3D TV. 3D TV, us three. Super tight. We're the homies, right? 3D TV, this is it. If we ever reference 3D TV on stream, this is what you gotta look at, alright? So next up, I think we need to diversify a bit. Let's think, who else do I know, right? And I think one name comes to mind that a lot of people might not know. I've rated him once or twice, and I've talked to him. I haven't. No, actually, you know what? I think I have collabed with him. I have, technically. I have collabed with him. This is Astron Daster. Astron, super chill guy. Super chill guy. He, I found him during a subathon that he did way before Ludwig's. He did a subathon, raised a lot of money for charity. He raised a few $100s for charity. That's how I found him. And just him doing like stuff. I don't know. There was something wholesome about watching him during the subathon. Just do like day-to-day things, and just chat with him as he did it. I don't know. I like IRL content, and that's how I found Astron, because his IRL content hooked me. And then he started doing other gaming stuff, and he's a nice ambience to have him in the background. He's a very chill, calm guy. He's not one of those guys that will like get up and start yelling and screaming. He just vibes. That's Astron. And I say I collabed with him because of the Valheim server that he made, that him and his brother made, I think. They invited me to the Valheim server, so technically I did collab with Astron. However, Drago57 and Draxo have not collabed. I think they just know who each other are, so I'm just gonna put. I mean, they obviously, like, I don't know everyone's relationships, right? But I'm just gonna put this. So here we are. We have 4 people down. Astron, I think they've just heard of each other. I know Drago and Draxo have watched his stream. They actually found him during the subathon as well. I don't think they've like really like chatted and properly like played together. I don't think they've really like done anything. But they know who each other are. Like I could go up to Jose and Chris and be like, hey, Astron, right? They'd be like, hell yeah, we know Astron. And then Astron would probably he might know who they are. I don't know their relationship all that well. Disclaimer, I don't know everyone's relationships with everyone. So this is going to be flawed, but that's why I encourage other people to also make graphs so you can correct your relationships that I've graphed with people. And we can get like a cool understanding of that. Now through Astron, I've met a few people because of the Valheim server he invited me to. So let's do another person that I've collabed with. Let's do this right here. It's very close to Astron because this is coincidentally his brother. This is DBD_Neo. So this is Astron's brother, and I was actually playing with DBD a lot more than I was Astron on the Valheim server. We made our little company. So DBD is a cool guy. Now he's definitely a lot more energetic and loud on camera than Astron. They're brothers, they're cool. I enjoy hanging out with them. So obviously, I'd hope they'd know each other because they're brothers, right? And collabed with each other. I also collabed with DBD. And then I'm also gonna put. I don't know if these guys really know each other. So I'm gonna leave that blank. I don't really know if they know each other, Next, another connection from Astron is going to be... I want to make this talk to / rated because I'm not sure if they've actually collabed. They do know each other, that's for sure. And I think they're pretty chill with each other. So this is Lantern Hawkeye. He is a VTuber who I found out through Astron. I think he showed up during the subathon as well. Disclaimer, guys. The size of the boxes doesn't indicate anything. It's just people with bigger names will have bigger boxes. But yes, Astron and Lantern, they know each other. They've talked to each other. They know, they're close. And I have also raided Lantern. I've never collabed with him, but he's a cool guy, so I'll do that. I'm fairly certain DBD knows who Lantern is, so let's put that there. I also am fairly certain that the 3D TV boys know who he is. He's our first curve line. Isn't that fun? I mean, if I mentioned Lantern, they'd probably know who I'm talking about. Oops. I think that's about it for the Valheim server group, or like Astron's group. Or the people that I really know from Astron. Obviously, Lantern is not just like Astron's streamer friend. Everyone on here is their own unique person. This is just like the relationships that I know them by, right? Or how I have personally connected with them. So if I'm going to play with Astron, and Lantern's also online, because we both know him, we might bring Lantern in there as well. And who else? Here's another good one that we should go with. You guys might know, I've mentioned this on stream, that I used to be in an esports team. Said esports team is called Rosenwire. Or was. I mean, it's kind of inactive right now. But even though that esports team is pretty inactive, it's kind of disappointing. There is another group to be made from that, the Rosenwire boys and girl. So here we have, and I'm gonna put these. I'm making the line far away because they really don't have any connections with anyone else in this, but they are in their own right a cool group of people. So we have Stealth Ninja, good mate of mine. I'm trying to go to I've been researching. I want to go to GameStone Quick 2022 so I can hang out together, me and Stealth Ninja. He's a cool dude. Stealth, we used to play Hearthstone back in the day. It was really those were the days, really, when me and Stealth were just playing Hearthstone, training for tournaments, trying to win ramen in Hearthstone tournaments. That was the shit. But of course, I can't just say Stealth. I will say that I did have a pretty good bond with Stealth, But there's also another person in this group that we need to add. This person is an esports caster, I think, now, and is still playing Hearthstone today, though not professionally. This is Ashervok. Good old Ashervok. Ashervok, me, and Stealth. We were the squad. And we played a lot of Hearthstone back in the day. Stealth has been trying to get back into streaming, so if you want to check out Stealth, he's a pretty cool guy, I promise you. And from Stealth's stream came Mended Storm 12, who has given me about 100, as of recording this, 151 gifted subs. Mended Storm is insane, and Mended Storm came from Stealth Ninja's stream, so I gotta thank Stealth for that. And Ashervok, I don't see streaming that much anymore, but I do know for a fact Ashervok does work for an esports company, and she does casting. So yeah, that's that group. I've wanted to hang out with them, but like I haven't had any time nor like excuse to do so, because a lot of people on this list are my friends, and a lot of I try and hang out with people via collaboration content, except for my closest friends, of course. So this is kind of its own secluded group. I just wanted to add this because I felt it was it's kind of important to me to add that. But now we're about to get into a... Whew, sheesh. We're about to get into a big one, alright? We're about to get into a big group. I think the first one to start with, this is Mr. Diamond _ live. Mr. Diamond, aka Jake. Good old Jake. My homie, Mr. Diamond, king in my chat. I recently surpassed him in followers, and it was a bittersweet moment because he was the one who originally inspired me to start streaming, because him and his friends made a Minecraft server, and I wanted to be a part of that because I was like, wow, I really like SMP Live. What if I just got onto this one because I'm not popular enough to get onto SMP Live, which was a big thing back in like 2018, 2019. And they made their own parody server of that, which was like, they just wanted to do like collab content with each other. And so I saw Jake, Mr. Diamond, because he's actually, let me make this line now. They haven't collabed with each other, but they definitely know each other. I actually know Jake in real life. I actually know what his face looks like, even though he hasn't had a face reveal, I do not think. So I know what Jake looks like, because we know each other in real life. And obviously, Jose and Chris, which is Dreg57 and Xtraxo, also know Jake in real life. We're not as tight, but we are. We're he's kind of like one of the boys, like we know each other, like we're pals, right? I've wanted to do collab content with Jake for a while. Jake, if you're watching this, hit me up if you have anything planned. Your boy's looking for collab content. I'm desperate, right? And you're my man. I really want to collab with you. You're cool. So we have Jake, obviously, and by extension of Jake, we have we're about to start making a really big web here. So they haven't collabed, but one of my moderators, who's a cool dude, who I have collabed with actually, found me via Jake's stream. He saw I was in Jake's Discord actually, and he came to watch my stream. He was one of my first viewers. I'm talking, of course, about viewerbase 1011. Who is a moderator of mine. He's a really nice dude, really chill, down-to-earth, mature guy. He found me through Jake, and obviously I've collabed with him. He's my moderator, for God's sake. He was invited to Pyro SMP. He didn't really want to play on that. He also, we played like Minecraft mini games, like Bed Wars and stuff with each other, so that was cool back in the day. I don't really know what else I've done with him, to be honest. Well, the viewerbase, comment down below whatever I've done with you on stream. But I know I've done some stuff. But me and viewerbase, we're cool. He's one of the OGs. viewerbase is just there. Of course he's there. And of course, chat, every single person you can look up, every single person here, the name, almost exactly what I've put down here is what is what their name is on Twitch. So if you want to check out any of these people and they sound interesting to you, or you want to learn more about, I guess, my web, you can go here and just like look up any one of these people on this list, and I'm gonna be publishing this to my Discord. I'm gonna be putting this a lot of places in other people's Discords as well, because I want to see what other people have to think about it. I'm gonna be putting this everywhere, so if you want to go find people that are here, you can go find them, right? You can go find them. So there's another person that I feel is worth mentioning. His name is Oliver Avery 1. He also, I think he came from Jake's server as well. But he doesn't really make content, so he's not really like someone I've collabed with, but he has made a lot of art for me. My profile picture, which is literally like right there. Oliver Avery made that for me. My emotes, he's made all those for me. He's done a lot of art for me. He's a really cool guy. Who's next? Who's next? Of course. There's someone else who's next in this Mr. Diamond bubble. I have to put, this is going to be this color. Just talk to / rated. This is Katie Ban. Now I'm fairly certain that this line is wrong. I think they have collabed with each other. They might have played on like Minecraft servers together. But I'm just gonna put this just to be safe. I know they've at least rated each other. They know who each other are. And I got a raid from Katie Bin because Jake directed the raid to me, and so fortunately for me, that's how I got to this. I got some more of Jake's audience and also a little bit of Katie's audience, and I'm gonna put this here. I think I'm gonna put this. I'm fairly certain Katie would know who Superbase is. And I also think that, because Superbase appeared on Pyros and P, obviously Jose and Chris would know who Superbase is. I don't know if anyone else in these 5 people who are like in their own separate groups would know who Jake is, but he's there. I think Katie is the only like person who's really rated me in that group. I will say I'll add another person here who's really close with Jake. I'll make this color, just collabed with because I've watched their streams together. This is, of course, the one, the only, Epic Gabe. I don't know if I'm putting that name there right. I don't know if there's underscores, capitalizations, but Epic Gabe. He's got like a little Italian curvy Peter Griffin. I'm sure I'm gonna put a picture on the screen. That's Epic Gabe. They've collabed with each other. They're good friends here. I'm fairly certain that Gabe would know who Katie is, but if not, that's okay. They can correct me on that. I think Superbase would know who Gabe is. I don't know if Gabe would know Superbase, but Superbase is a prominent member in Jake's community. And I think the only connection I could put here is that Gabe knows me. I said I wouldn't put many people who I've just talked to, but because Gabe knows who I am. I know who Gabe is, because of chats and we follow each other. So I think that's worth noting. And I don't really know who else I can add from Jake's community. Give me a second. Let me check. Okay, maybe the Jake circle wasn't as big as I thought, but I will say that that I've gotten a lot of growth from Jake. So I guess mentally it was a lot bigger than it actually was, but I had to attribute a lot of growth and a lot of like stuff with Jake, Mr. Diamond, because he kind of helped me like when I first started, and now I'm bigger than him technically. I have a higher viewer average, higher follower count, higher sub count, all that stuff. This isn't a brag. This is me saying, check out Jake, because I don't want him to pass. I don't want to pass him. I want him to keep up with me because I actually respect Jake a lot, even though he's, his streams are on a low mental capacity. I'll say that much. Some of the memes they make, you have to be like you have to turn your brain off. I'll say that much.
Okay.
I don't know.
Check out Jake, please. Now another group that I think is, it exists, right? It exists, but it's not really that prominent. I guess the only really like connection I have in terms of this is just Scion himself, because of course I am talking about TZ Scion. Scion is another person that I have been rated by. He actually helped me on my channel out a lot, because when I started doing BTD6, he rated me, which gave me a high viewer count for a while, which boosted me on the BTD6 standings. In the, when you click BTD6, you see like a list of people from highest viewers to lowest viewers. Because I had a lot of viewers with Scion, a lot of new people checked me out, and that sort of gave me a cushion of viewership. When I go live, I usually get like a minimum of 10 people watching my stream now. That probably wouldn't be possible without TZ_Scion. Scion is a pretty cool dude. He streams Plants vs. Zombies, and he speedrun it. He speed runs it, which is pretty cool, I think. I think it's pretty cool to speedrun Plants vs. Zombies. I was going to speedrun Plants vs. Zombies, which is how he found me, but eventually I just started looking into it, and I realized it just wasn't for me. There's better games for me to speedrun that I would, rather do. Slay the Spires one. The Mario games are another. It's just more my speed, But there's unfortunately not really anyone I can really connect to Scion. I think Easy Pig is someone that I should at least mention, but Easy Pig's just been in my chat. I haven't actually watched Easy Pig, unfortunately, but I know who he is, and I'm pretty sure Scion knows who he is. So maybe I can just put that on there. I think his name is just Easy Pig. Easy Pig, if you're watching this, I'm sorry that I don't know the exact spelling of your name, but I'm not gonna take the time to go check. I'm sorry. You're on the graph, okay, man? There you go. You get to be on the graph. You know who else I can add? This is interesting. Okay, chat. This is actually interesting. Back in my Hearthstone days, and I'm gonna put them right in the middle, right? Because back in my Hearthstone days, there was a company that I used to play their tournaments, and they were called Esports Gateway. So I used to play in Esports Gateway's tournaments. I'm not sponsored by them, but they're a company, right? Esports Gateway, they know who, like, the guy who is, like, I guess the owner of the company knows who I am, right? And has invited me onto their show. And I talked about Hearthstone with them. I don't do any Hearthstone stuff, which is why we haven't really, like, kept up, right? I don't do esports, right? I like to play casually, or, like, competitively, but, like, competing against myself, seeing how far I can push myself and not trying to beat other people. But Esports Gateway, because I was, someone they, that had stuck around with them for a while, and they knew that I played a lot of Hearthstone, and they knew I played a lot of tournaments. Esports Gateway, they collabed with me. So this is the strongest line, which is collab with. And so they invited me onto their show, and I talked about Hearthstone for about 6 hours while we watched a tournament. And they hooked me up. They're like, hey, if you need overlays and stuff, we'll hook you up, for free and stuff. Like, we'll help you out. And I was like, that's really cool. That's like, these guys are cool. Like, these are just dudes who are trying to, like, help me out. I didn't ask for it. I didn't say, hey, can you hook me up for being on your show? They just said, we'll do it, man. Like, we're gonna hook you up because we like you. And I was like, that's great. Thank you, guys. And obviously I played in their tournaments back in my heyday of Hearthstone. Obviously, Stealth Ninja and Astrovok would have heard of Esports Gateway because Esports Gateway, they hosted tournaments. That's what they do. They host tournaments with a meh size prize pool, but they were free to enter, which is why it was a big deal. Like, free to enter tournaments with a decently sized prize pool, and that's what and they did it daily back in the day. They did daily tournaments, so I was playing those daily. And I was telling my esport mates, like, hey, if you want to get on the grind, you want to get in the tournament environment, start playing Esports Gateway tournaments. So, obviously, Astrovok and Stealth Ninja, my Rosenwire esports mates, would know Esports Gateway. I'm fairly certain that this is it. This is my web of people that I have, like, collabed with, or rated, or have talked to, and, the people, like, who know each other in this. I think the only edits I would make is my friends know a lot of my viewers and a lot of people that I work with, so obviously they've probably heard of a lot of people on here. I know there's a lot of connections of people who I think have heard of each other because they've seen each other's names in my chat. But, like, there's a difference between, like, oh yeah, I recognize the name, and oh yeah, Mr. Diamond, that's Jake, right? Like, I know who Jake is. I've watched his stream before, and oh yeah, I saw him in your chat once or twice, or I've heard you talk about him, It's like a different relationship that I've sort of set up for half heard of each other, like, if I say the name, you know who I'm talking about, and you know it well. You're not just saying it rings a bell, like, you've heard of this person, you know this person, you know what I'm talking about. That's what like this color is down here. We have heard of each other. I don't know if there's anyone who I've played with who I haven't included in this web. Let me know, because I really, really want to make sure that I have everyone in this web, because I'm actually really proud of this. This web is something that I'm really proud of, because, like, it's so cool. Like, that is the number one best part of Twitch. It's not the clout. It's not the money. It's just being able to talk to other people who are also interested in making content and making content with them and growing your audience with them and sort of like and on the flip side, being a viewer and being able to start at any one of these streamers and finding about 20 more that they just know and are affiliated with. Like, we could pick any one of these people, and they probably just know a bunch of people who aren't on this list. I could pick Astron, right? Astron Daster. I know for a fact he knows a lot more people because there were a lot more people on the Valheim server, and he knows a lot of people who stream who just, like, weren't even on the Valheim server. He knows a lot of streamers, right? We could say Mr. Diamond, right? Jake. He probably knows a lot of streamers that I don't know, but, his group is big. His group of streamer friends is big. Stealth Ninja. He has a group of people that I just do not know about, but I know Stealth, and I know him. Scion. Scion has, like, the whole PvZ speedrunning group. That is what I think is the best part about Twitch, is the connections and the communities and the web that you can find of people who just make content all over the platform. You start with my channel, and just by watching for a long time, you will hear about all these people in passing, which I think is just the coolest thing. So, I don't know what to say apart from that. Like, this is just cool to me, is the connections made on Twitch. And that is why I urge you, the streamers who are in this list, to make your own graph. Maybe it's just free content, something you can make on stream. I mean, I just went into Paint and just started putting this together, but it's free content for you to make a graph like this and, just say it was inspired by me. And, we can, like, put them all side to side, combine them, and just see how big the graph gets. How big does the spider web of our Twitch communities get? And maybe by the end of it, we have, like, thousands of people. I think by the end of it, we could really, like, realistically, if we got every single person on this list to make their own list and then keep on spreading that, I think theoretically, we could have every single affiliated streamer on this who has streamed with someone else, or at least the ones who have done collaboration content. There's obviously a lot of people who don't do that, but, like, if you could, like, do that and spread this around, I just want to see what happens. I don't want the clout. You don't even have to mention me. I just want to see this web spread because I want to know who you guys are affiliated with. And if you're a streamer who's watching this and you also want to make this web, let me, like, link me. Like, let me see your web. I want to see this. I'm talking for too long, but I just want to say, I think this idea is really cool because I want to see the relationships between people on Twitch. And I get that this is made in Microsoft Paint, and it's not the greatest, but I'm proud of it. So, that's all I've got to say. Thank you guys so much for watching. Catch me on twitch.tv/demonmaster212 weekdays, 4 p.m. EST, sometimes weekends as well. I stream BCD6, I stream Slay the Spire, I stream Minecraft, I stream a lot of stuff. Check me out there, and check out any other people on this list. And, till next time, thank you so much for watching. Jane.